Most people will never build real wealth, not because they're lazy or unlucky, but because they ignore this. These are Warren Buffett's 3 unshakable principles. Not financial hacks, not overnight tricks, but the exact mindset that turned an ordinary man into one of the wealthiest people on the planet. If you're in your 20s or 30s, what you do now will decide whether you retire rich or still budgeting your groceries at 60. This video could be a turning point, because rule number 2 might either scare you or completely change the way you think about money. Let's begin with the first rule: patience. Warren Buffett didn't get rich by being fast, he got rich by being consistent, by being patient. He once said, "The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient." That's not just a quote, it's a warning. Most people jump ship when markets drop 5%. Buffett sees that as a discount. Patience isn't just about waiting, it's about what you're doing while you wait. Are you learning, reinvesting, staying the course? Or are you chasing the next viral coin your cousin told you about on Instagram? Here's a stat that'll blow your mind. Over 85% of Warren Buffett's wealth came after his 65th birthday. That's not a typo. He's been playing the long game since he was a teenager, and the compounding finally exploded decades later. You don't need to be a genius to win. You just need the discipline to stay invested while everyone else panics. But patience alone isn't the full picture, because if you're only holding but not owning, you're still playing defense. That's where rule number 2 comes in: ownership. Buffett doesn't rent success, he owns it. He doesn't just invest in companies, he becomes a part of them. Apple, Coca-Cola, American Express. He buys businesses he believes in and holds them for decades. Why? Because ownership is leverage. Think about it. You can work 40 hours a week at a job, or you can own something that works for you 24/7, even while you sleep. Stocks, real estate, businesses, these aren't just assets, they're wealth engines. If you're not working toward ownership, you're just spinning the hamster wheel. Fast, loud, going nowhere. You don't need millions to start. $100 in the right ETF, a side hustle that becomes a small business. Start small, but start now. Ownership is the difference between surviving and thriving, but it only works if you master Buffett's 3rd and final rule: simplicity. Let me ask you something. How many times have you heard someone say, "Bro, I just got into this insane coin. It's gonna 10x this month," and then 2 weeks later they're silent? Yeah, thought so. Buffett doesn't do complicated. He doesn't chase hype. He doesn't touch what he doesn't understand. He once said, "Never invest in a business you cannot understand." Instead of spreading himself thin across 50 investments, he goes deep into a few. That's not boring, that's focused. Most people lose money not because they didn't have enough options, but because they had too many. They chase every shiny object. Crypto today, real estate tomorrow, drop shipping next week. Complexity feels smart, but it usually means confusion, and confusion leads to mistakes. Simplicity gives you clarity, and clarity builds confidence, and confidence, that builds wealth. So, let's tie it all together. Be patient. Let your money grow over time. Take ownership. Build or buy income-producing assets. Stay simple. Invest only in what you deeply understand. These aren't trendy tips. They're timeless principles. And if you apply them now in your 20s and your 30s, you'll have an unfair advantage over 99% of people sleepwalking through life financially. Let's be real. You don't need 19 side hustles. You need one clear strategy and the guts to stick to it when things get hard. Because here's the truth. The market will crash. People will doubt you, and you will want to quit. But if you stay the course, you'll win. Maybe not today, maybe not this year, but over time, wealth is inevitable for those who follow the rules Buffett lives by. So now the next question is, where should you start investing? And how do you avoid the traps that eat your money alive? Great news, I made a full breakdown in my next video, the only investment guide you'll ever need. It's simple, powerful, and made exactly for people like you. So click the video on screen right now. Don't wait until you're 40 to get serious. Start today and let Buffett's blueprint guide your journey to wealth.